Yep.
Sandwich. I still haven't been in there. Have you been in there?
Oh yeah,
Are they good?
Very good.
What's the name of the place?
Carol Lou's.
Right there on MLK. I don't know the exact address, but it's right down the street from my store.
Great.
24 North Martin Luther King Jr. Drive.
Great barbecue. Great Cubans.
They sell cigars there?
No.
They sell
The sandwich.
they
Cuban
sell
sandwich.
People there? Is that
No. The Cuban sandwich.
Are those legal? Do they come from Cuba?
No.
Oh.
They're just called Cubans.
Why are they called Cubans?
I don't know.
You can't smoke them. You can't do anything else with them.
I had an authentic Cuban when I lived in Florida from...
You're just digging the hole deeper.
And this is the closest I have ever tasted a sandwich coming to an authentic one.
So what is a Cuban? Don't say sandwich, because I got that.
If you had internet, I'd be able to bring it up. Why don't you call Tim at Carol Lou's? In fact, while we're filming, go ahead and
Do you have the number?
call him on voicemail.
Hold on. I can get the number. You don't have internet. What is it called?
Carol Lou's.
Carol, L-O-U?
Yep.
S? That's right?
Yeah. I think it's named after his mom, who passed away our freshman year of high school.
It's not here.
Hold on a minute. I got him on Facebook, so.
It is L-O-U-S, right? There we go, Smokehouse.
Yeah.
On Facebook, you need to put the numbers out there.
Yep, it is.
So,
Put it on the speaker.
okay.
We'll give him a shout out on the show.
Oh, they are open. Okay, I got the number right here.
Alright, hang on.
What the hell?
We'll ask him what all's in a Cuban sandwich.
Okay, I found the number. You can short that. I'm lost here. Naturally. There we go. Okay. Carol Lou's Smokehouse. Hi. I got a question for you.
Okay, shoot.
Okay, first off, I want to let you know that a buddy of mine, we're currently filming a YouTube show right now. And we were talking about your business, which we'd like to promote your business on our show. It's called Comicgeddon. We host it here at the comic book store down the street from you. And we were talking about your Cuban sandwiches.
Okay.
What is a Cuban sandwich?
It's what is our Cuban sandwich or what is an actual?
Your Cuban sandwich. Your Cuban sandwich.
Our Cuban sandwich is pulled pork, our Georgia mustard sauce, ham, Swiss cheese, and pickles on a ciabatta roll.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it is very delicious.
How much does one of those cost?
Let me look real quick.
Is this Tim?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Tim, it's Shannon.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, man.
And this
Not
is
too bad.
this is John. So
It is. The Cuban is $6.50 plus tax.
okay,
You should try it. It's really good, man.
I'll try. And where are you located?
At 2612 North End of King.
Okay. Your phone number?
217-542-7275.
Awesome. We just gave you some free promotion on our store. I'm going to have to come down and check out one of those Cubans.
Cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Not a
Thanks,
problem,
Tim.
man.
We'll catch you later.
Sounds good.
Mhm.
Bye.
So there you have. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to start a show like this, was to give friends of mine who have local small businesses a chance to promote their businesses, and it just kind of ended up developing into Comicgeddon basically. And we still like to support small businesses whenever we can, because I mean it's great. I know a lot of people that have small businesses.
Yeah.
I own a small business. John owns a small business. Amber has 2 small businesses. So, but yeah, there you go. That
Rated E for everyone.
yeah.
Oh,
And,
by the way,
Geek.
speaking of Amber, who obviously isn't here this week, she's dealing with some things again. No problem. We miss you, Amber.
Yeah.
Next week we will be filming at the Heroicon Gaming Convention right here in Decatur, Illinois.
Yes, we will.
Look it up at heroicon.org. I'll be there. Shannon will be there. Amber will be there with her Rated E for Everybody booth. So make sure you come out, check her out, check her workout.
Yeah.
She's engaged now.
Yeah, she's
You don't
engaged
check her
now.
out.
No. Josh might have a problem with that.
Maybe. But yeah, we'll be there, and so check out the comic stand. Definitely check out Amber's stand, and of course there'll be a lot of other vendors there, gaming vendors. So
And of course, Heroicon did kind of screw Amber over this year.
they did. So we really need the help trying
Yeah.
getting
We need to get Amber as much business there as we
They
can.
but they did help me out. I'm one of the spots by the door.
Oh,
So
see, they booked 2 purlers. For those of you who don't know what purlers are, the beaters.
yeah, which is weird because last year they were really weary of whether or not I was going to sell games because they didn't want multiple vendors of selling the same thing.
Right.
So I'm really curious on why they did that because they
And
wanted
then
they wanted to make sure there weren't going to be 2 comic book stores last year either.
Right. And they had Amber and this other purler who's from Springfield
Right. Together.
right next to each other. And when Amber mentioned something about it, what they do, they move the other purler right up by the front doors.
Yeah, I think they should have just left Amber where she was and moved especially since Amber was there last year.
Yeah.
So, but let's help Amber. Let's get the word out. Of course, the Heroicon is not a bad convention. It really isn't. So make sure you check it out. It's going to be a blast. There's going to be plenty of games there to play. Board games, and D&D games, and Warhammer, and Pathfinder, Settlers of Catan. I'm looking now. I got 3 computers, 3 screens here I'm looking at.
Yeah, we're doing 3 cameras.
There's a camera here, which is why I'm looking down here and not looking at you. It's cool. Then I'm looking at this one. I'm not even paying attention to that one. I'm always looking over here.
I'll splice them all together. So
Yeah, he's really good at that. Oh my.
So anyway, we kind of got off subject.
We got way off subject,
we.
but that's okay. That's part of the course.
Yes. So what's the next episode we got? We got
I
Gotham.
didn't know you took the thing off.
Gotham.
Gotham!
I didn't have notes on Gotham.
Which was the death of Azrael.
Yeah, that was an awesome death.
First off, the rest of the episode was kind of boring. It was pretty much a sequel to it was a continuation of the previous episode. The commissioner is still alive. Screw you, he's the commish. Mike Chiklis' character, as far as we know, is still alive. He's just in bad shape.
Speaking of which, I did watch that Three Stooges movie.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, he does a great Curly.
Yeah, it was sad, but it was good. It was a Mel Brooks movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not Mel Brooks. Mel Gibson movie.
Okay.
It's Mel Gibson. That'd be interesting. Mel Brooks do a Three Stooges movie. That could work.
Mel Brooks doing a Mad Max movie.
Yeah. Why so Mad Max?
Right.
Why so Mad Max? There you go. But this one where last week Azrael went after Gordon, Azrael found out that his original mission was to go after and kill Bruce. And he found that out by his sister, who he then killed. So he killed his sister, started to go after Bruce. Alfred, who went toe-to-toe with Azrael. It didn't end very well, but he went toe-to-toe with Azrael. And, it was repetitive from last week. I mean, if you saw last week, you know what you were getting with this week. Except for the end. Nothing could stop Azrael. They cut him, they shot him, they stabbed him, they did everything except one thing.
Penguin brought in a bazooka.
Because they brought in the wrong tool for the job. Penguin and Butch bring in a fucking bazooka. And it was a Walking Dead Daryl thing all over again.
Yeah.
Because he pulls out, he goes, "Hi, Jim. Good to see you again. You just need to bring the right tool for the job." Butch hands him the fucking bazooka. I was waiting for Penguin to fall over, by the way. He should not have been able to hold
Do you
that.
think this is gonna?
And
Do you think this is gonna take us back to a Penguin Butch romance?
I don't know. But when Galavan / Azrael see this, he didn't say the whole phrase. He was thinking it. He went, "Oh." And he,
Kaboom!
And that's,
But first, Gordon and Alfred are like, "Master Bruce, come on!"
oh yeah, they take off. They take off running. As soon as the bazooka, it was lovely is if you notice, it took a few seconds for them to realize what the fuck Penguin was doing. And then,
Shit!
And then they're like, "Oh, we need to run." And it was just so.
They should have put George Takei in that scene. And
It was just nonchalant. It's like they're there, they're getting ready to basically die by Azrael because they weren't stopping him. And here comes Penguin and Butch. And, "Hi, Jim. Good to see you again. You just need to bring the right tool for the job." And like I said, Butch hands him the bazooka. I thought he's gonna fall over, but he shoots it, it blows up. It was Daryl kills the Beach Boys all over again.
Do you think it was a little bit of overkill, though?
Whatever works. This dude was not stopping.
Right.
So Azrael's gone. Next week the season finale of Gotham too?
Actually,
Or are there a few more episodes?
I'm not sure.
We'll have to check that out. I know it's not over.
Because Selena is trapped at Arkham.
Selena's trapped at Arkham.
Which the whole...
yeah, there is a few other things.
There is a scene between Selena and Edward.
Which was kind of fun. Which was
Yeah.
kind of cool. Again, you're getting two future villains talking. Now, Edward's trying to escape Arkham. Selena tells him how she got in and how he can use it to get out. Which he's excited when he gets out, and they capture him.
Yeah, right.
Selena's caught in Arkham because she's trying to save her friend. I forget her name, but she's Firefly in the series. And she, because of Hugo Strange, has actually become full-on Firefly. That's who she is. She doesn't recognize Selena. Hugo Strange has noticed Selena's there, confronting her, and he's just going to let Firefly take care of her.
Yeah.
So, again, hinting at what was hinted at last week, where Hugo is the one that's going to be the one to form the villains. So,
I still think he's going to bring the Joker.
bring who?
The Joker.
Yeah. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. Joker needs to be formed himself. They need to hint at that one bad, not necessarily one bad day from the book, but that one bad day that makes him the Joker.
Mm.
I don't think the Joker is something that can be created by someone.
Well, I don't think they're going to be able to create him, but I think they're going to bring him back to life.
Unless Hugo implants the
Yeah.
multiple
Backstories,
backstories. That's why
That'd be a
Joker's
good
not
idea.
sure what his origin is.
Yeah.
So that would kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Because we don't know. Well, we will know. Because that's coming up here at Justice League issue 51, I think. His origin. Or at least who he is.
What would you rate this
I
episode?
love this episode.
Yeah.
I love the end of the episode.
The end of the episode was great.
The end of the episode alone warrants an 8.
The end of the episode, nothing else.
That and the whole, I did like Edward trying to escape like 2 or 3 times, getting caught each time. I like the conversation between him and Selena, and the fact that Selena was in it.
I would give the episode as a whole an 8. I would give the ending a 10.
You gotta give the ending a 10. And then we got
not a lot happened on Supernatural this week, other than
them confronting
Chuck God and
Chuck God.
another prophet coming, and
the series is still going,
and
has it been picked up for another season.
Metatron sacrificed himself because God was going to sacrifice himself, but the guys have to save Lucifer from the darkness now.
Mention something out of a Charlton Heston movie, and suddenly everything was in the skull. Mention near the Metatron, the voice of God looks at you blinkly in the face. Sorry.
Dogma.
Yeah. Every time you say Metatron, that's what I'm thinking.
But it's weird because Sam and Dean and the Prophet and Metatron all have to save Lucifer. Or no, Sam draws the darkness away from Lucifer.
You know what he should
have done? Or no, Dean does.
You know what he should have done to the darkness?
What?
Fired magic missile. Have you seen that D&D thing on YouTube?
No.
You watch it. I shoot magic missile. I use magic missile. What do you use a magic missile on? The darkness. Look up on YouTube.
So anyway, Dean, because he had the mark of Cain that set the darkness free, he draws the darkness away from Lucifer so that Sam, the Prophet, and Metatron can all go get Lucifer, who has been...
Sam, the Prophet. Speaking of, we just Friday the 13th yesterday. I just watched Sam. Wait, which one's the one with the longer hair?
Sam,
yeah. Sam, we just watched him in the reboot of the Friday the 13th movie because he's in that. So, somebody came in and saw him and goes, "It's Sam!" I'm like, what's funny is Dean was in a reboot of a horror movie too, My Bloody Valentine.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And Sam actually got his start in Gilmore Girls, though.
Well, Dean got his start on Smallville.
Dawson's Creek first.
Oh, was that Dawson's Creek first? I wouldn't admit that to nobody.
And Dean actually had Sam hair.
Oh, God. I wouldn't admit that to nobody.
But, yeah, they end up getting Lucifer, and Dean kind of drops the ball. Darkness realizes what's going on, and she heads back, and Metatron...
Way to go.
Metatron stays behind and sacrifices himself so that Sam, Dean, the Prophet, and Lucifer can get away.
When's the season finale?
I think there's 2 more episodes left.
How'd you rate this episode?
I'd give it a 7. There's a lot of really good back and forth between God/Chuck and the Winchesters.
Okay.
And the Prophet is actually he was a atheist.
Makes sense.
But he actually gets to talk to God in person. And he's like, how can I go back to being an atheist after what just happened? So, how about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was actually pretty good this week. The team continued to try to find Daisy, which they do. But there seems to kind of be a theme here this week. There's going to be launch codes to to release
launch codes. Really,
launch codes to release a
nuclear warhead.
Kinda. It's supposed to turn all humans into Inhumans, regardless of whether they have the gene or not. And of course, they would be controlled by Hive. Daisy was helping him with this, and they figured, okay, there's only one way to stop him. We're going to send out Lash because it's his destiny. It's his destiny to destroy Hive. And then there's this.
They brought in a WCW wrestler.
Lash.
LaRue.
Lash.
The Raging Cajun.
what they do is they and it's of course Coulson's idea to make everybody believe that Daisy's boyfriend, I can't think of his name, is the bad guy. He's gonna go help Daisy, and he's not. It was a trick. May end up sneaking Lash on a jet, sending him out to meet Daisy, who she knew Daisy wasn't gonna be able. It was gonna be Hive, so he can turn him. Except it wasn't him. It was Lash and Hive / Wade. End up having this fight to where Lash almost kills Hive. Because that's his power. His power is to kill Inhumans. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Well, it turns out that he takes Daisy and takes these parasite that's Hive control her out of her and destroy her. So his destiny wasn't to destroy Hive, it was to save Daisy. And of course, Lash does die in the battle, and Daisy gets on the plane, heads back to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters, fully aware of what she's done, and but no longer controlled. She's part of the team again, and she's being watched and looked after, and that's the episode. The big thing was to try to stop the launch codes, stop Hive, which they didn't do. Next week, I think next week. I think.
Wait a minute, Hive?
Hive is the bad guy.
Isn't Hive also the main group in Arrow?
I think so. Again, launch codes, weapons, Hive. I think Arrow secretly wants to be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wants to be Arrow.
Yeah, Arrow wishes.
So what would you rate it?
It was a pretty good episode. I'll give it a 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah, it was pretty good. They got Daisy back. It's leading up to something big, and they did hint. This episode, they did hint at Civil War. They connected it. There was an article about the Superhero Registration Act. I forget what the hell. SOTOR contract.
Yeah.
The Superhero Registration Act, and how Captain America wouldn't sign it. There was they actually showed footage on a TV screen of the Civil War news anchor. So that's how they connected it.
Coming up, we're gonna have toy review, recommended reading, game review, and movie review. So stay tuned.
Cowabunga, dudes!